if a princess is crowned and there isn't a mouse around, is she really a princess? These and more deep thoughts coming your way. Well, today we are talking about Anastasia and whether princesses are truly princesses. But first, a word from my sponsors. Which means let me go ahead and thank my newest patrons, the ones who joined last week, and that's Jaramsim, Certain Point of View, and Allison Wallace. They're currently actually voting on a Christmas movie that I'm going to do a live stream watch party with everyone here on. So that's coming up pretty soon. Now, thank you so much to my patrons. It means the world to me to have you on board. Now, hey, with that out of the way, let me go ahead and I'm going to quickly roll the title sequence and then off to the races. Well, hello there, my name's Jeremy and welcome back once more to Freeform Disney. Now then, on to Anastasia, the hour-and-a-half long animated tale of a princess who has amnesia and has forgotten she is a princess, and, well, the last daughter of the dead Tsar of Russia. Well, I suppose we could quibble and say that she's actually a Grand Duchess, but yeah, pretty much a princess when you're the daughter of the ruling monarch. Anyway, royalty, what can you say? And there's also the villainous villain in Rasputin in there. We've got con men with hearts of gold, and a love interest in there, of course, too. Songs in the movie, including the beautiful, highly memorable, I've never forgotten this song since I've seen Anastasia, many years ago, good old Once Upon a December. Still have that one pop in on occasion when someone talks about Anastasia. Anyway, Anastasia is a movie that many people have found themselves mistakenly thinking was a Disney movie. It has so many of the aspects of a Disney movie that, I mean, it's understandable that the mistake was made. It has beautiful hand-drawn animation, music, songs galore, themes that easily could fit a Disney movie, a heroine who could be thought of as a Disney princess. And it's not coincidental that this movie happens to have so much feel of a Disney movie, because after all, the movie was directed and produced by Don Bluth and Gary Goldman, who famously led the Disney Defectors in 1979 when they and 9 other animators left Walt Disney Productions over issues with where the story and production values were headed. Now, they essentially kept Disney animation values alive during the dark ages of Disney animation in a way that it wasn't over at Disney at that time. They went on to make a whole bunch of movies during that time, Secret of Nim and American Tail, that's the one with Fievel, The Land Before Time, and All Dogs Go to Heaven. You probably know of a number of those ones right there. And then heck, later in the 90s, they ended up working with Fox Animation Studios, and this is where they created Anastasia. And Anastasia, as a movie, not only did we have Don Bluth and Gary Goldman in there, but it also benefited from writers Bob Zudiker and Noni White, who were involved in writing The Lion King, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, a year later Tarzan, and heck, also Newsies as the Broadway play, for that matter, when we're talking Disney. So that adds a lot more Disney crossover and even more reason why we can all confuse Anastasia with being a Disney movie. Now, that may have been a lot of preamble on all this Disney connection, but it's really relevant here because this would make it seem like Anastasia should be easily made a Disney princess, right? It's pretty simple, there's all that connection. We confuse her that way anyway. Should be easy. Well, not so fast. Because you see, being an official Disney princess is actually really difficult to get to be. And that's because it's actually an official product line. Yeah. Heck, I even did a video on a bunch of the overlooked Disney princesses who are not currently considered to be official Disney princesses, but perhaps maybe we think they should be. Well, anyway, people have created a whole bunch of unofficial rules to try to make some sense of who is and is not considered to be a Disney princess. Ultimately, it's the executives who make this choice, but really, put simply, it has to do with branding and profitability, not the magical worlds that are out there. But hey, there you have it. So whoever it is going to have to be human, probably. They've also got to fit as an iconic Disney princess who will help boost the sales of the entire line of Disney princesses. Now, Anastasia certainly is human, so we don't have to worry about that one. Or, by the way, I should note, maybe humanoid is okay too if we're going to talk Ariel and well, Tinkerbell, who was an official Disney princess. Boy me, you might as well think of them as roughly human. Now, the other two conditions are a lot trickier. That's because for Anastasia here, she's not from a movie that was made by Disney, so there's certainly an image issue that comes up right off the bat. Now, currently there is only one official Disney princess who is not from Disney Animation, and that's Merida from Pixar's Brave. But, Disney bought Pixar back in 2006, 6 years before Brave came out. So it kinda was Disney by that point in time. Now Anastasia, on the other hand, was made by Fox Animation Studios way back in 1997, and Disney didn't buy Fox until 2019, 22 years after the movie was made. So let's be frank, that is strike one right there for Anastasia. Well, what about profitability? Because Anastasia was actually a very successful movie when it came out. Heck, it made almost $150 million worldwide. Huge movie at the time. Now, Anastasia is certainly not why Fox Animation Studios closed. No, that was an expensive little movie called Titan A.E. Whoa, what a flop that one was right there. And expensive too. Yikes. Well, Anastasia was big enough to merit a spin-off, merchandising, other media, but that was over 20 years ago. And while the movie Anastasia still has its advocates, it's not a cultural phenomenon anymore, or even just a standard part of our culture, unlike say Snow White or Cinderella, which have been kept in that culture so much by Disney. And really, that means that's probably strike two. But hey, maybe Anastasia will find great success on Disney Plus and Disney will try to revive it and make a new movie, say likely a live action remake. Now, I don't see an easy time making a sequel or a series based on Anastasia, as it's really a pretty self-contained story. But without any of that happening, and also I should note we've heard absolutely nothing from Disney to indicate any possibility of any of this happening, well, that probably means this is strike three. Anastasia just is not going to be a princess who would help drive sales for the official Disney princess line. So yeah, there you have it. The answer of whether she's going to become an official Disney princess is most likely a resounding no. So that means we're just going to have to go ahead and add Anastasia to the likes of Anna, Princess Leia, Giselle, and Princess Eilonwy. Actually, who needs official titles anyway? All hail Princess Anastasia, newest member of the unofficial Disney princesses. So there you go. Hey, what about you? Do you love Anastasia? And would you like to see Anastasia added to the official lineup? Or does it not really matter to you one way or the other whether she's an official princess? Let me know down below in the comments. And hey, let me also take a moment to thank all of my wonderful patrons. If you're interested in helping support the channel through Patreon, there's a link down in the description, so jump on in over there. Some of my patrons will be voting on a top 10 video soon too. So you can get in on that fun and the conversation over on Patreon that I hope to keep continuing. Hey, yeah. And everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, it would help a ton if you give it a like, a share, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another new episode of Freeform Disney. Have a magical day, and may the force be with you always.